All right, well, welcome to a special edition of the Mexican Soccer Show. We just took over the press conference area.
All hours right now. All hours.
This is kind of cool. I mean, but we're using this. We have the press. Everyone's working in the background, and we just decided to just take it over.
Yeah, some of them might be giving us dirty looks. Maybe. No, not
Yeah,
yet.
we actually turned on the lights. These were all, off, and we're like, you know what? It's okay. Mexican Soccer Show has preference. They're in the United States. I think we should.
We're hugely significant. I mean, we're the #1 name, like when it comes to Mexican soccer news in the world, right? Everyone knows it. We're a household name. So.
All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit about what happened at the training. First, we got in again. I'm loving Juan Carlos Osorio because we don't just get 10 minutes of it. We get like a good 30 minutes of what they're doing, the intensity, him yelling. It almost didn't look like there was a difference between yesterday and today.
Yeah, and if we're talking about something that's interesting from today, we got Ochoa playing the midfield. We got Ochoa
playing defense and then midfield moving around?
Yeah, because they split the teams into two different groups, and Ochoa played, I believe, with Gullit and Jesus Molina on one of the rosters, or one of the half of the teams during the scrimmage. Yeah.
Interesting to see. What can you tell us? Were you able to kind of tell us what the starting 11? I know we saw different.
It looked like the green team, which had Aquino, Layun, Moreno, Rafa, Dueñas, Reyes, Guardado, Herrera, Tecatito, and Uribe. It looked like those had a little bit more of the stronger options. You could say that, yeah, maybe that's going to be the starting 11, but you don't know with Osorio. I mean, I look at someone like Dueñas, and I don't know. I'm not sure if he'd really have a spot over Paul Aguilar right now. Or you look at someone like Uribe, and you don't think he'd ever have a spot over Chicharito, but yeah.
I would think that maybe what he's doing is also the defense versus the offense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way that it looked like he started his plays always to the wing. That was something that.
I think that's something we got to bring up. From Layun to Aquino, especially Aquino. Aquino was all over that place in that training. He actually did a very good job in training today, and he got a lot of the attention. Like with the balls, the balls are being passed to him. Yeah.
Aquino was on fire. I mean, he was going left and right. What I like is the intensity of these practice. I mean, they are going all out when it comes to it. Almost looks like
behind them. He's right behind him with his sheets of paper yelling at instructions.
You would think he was like kind of a ref, but he's following everybody, getting back. Excelente, carajo. I mean, it's definitely great to see, or able to show you some Periscope. But anything else from practice?
No, we're seeing. We'll see who the starting goalkeeper is, at least for tomorrow. I have a feeling it's not Ochoa just because he was playing the midfield today. That seemed to make sense. So it's either going to be Corona or it's either going to be Talavera. And I think that's something we're going to have to wait to see until tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, then after the practice, we were here at the press conference where we were waiting for we were waiting for Juan Carlos Osorio to come in. Diego Reyes and Mr. Hector Herrera were with Juan Carlos Osorio, and one of the very first questions, Layun.
Yeah.
Right. How to Juan Carlos Osorio and to the players, how are you feeling? Is there anything you guys are saying? Which was kind of set the tone already for the press conference.
Yeah, most definitely. And it seemed like they're in good form. And I mean, later on, they would Juan Carlos would say that players like Herrera, Reyes, and some of the newcomers are only going to play maybe 45 to 60 minutes tomorrow.
That was a great question asked. Towards the end in English. That how long do you think the players are going to be there? So. Updates that we'll give you. Where's Irving Lozano? Still partying?
We don't. Still partying. I mean, hey, you know what? That's okay. Let him do his thing. He can celebrate a little bit longer. I don't blame him. But yeah, we still don't know exactly when. I mean, it seems like we didn't get a definite answer from the press conference, did we? About when he'll be joining, if he'll be playing. Like I have no idea. We don't know.
Juan Carlos Osorio was asking, where is he? And he said, it's he's obviously coming, but somebody asked him, is he going to be ready for Uruguay?
Yeah.
So he said, we don't know any players that are ready for Uruguay yet. So this is a great answer when we have like that. As far as other questions that were asked, the 10-8 rule, which the players just pretty much said
avoiding. Yeah, they're just.
I don't like it.
You can see it with Reyes when he was like. He was trying to think what should I say?
It's funny because they were asking both of the players, can you both answer this question? And Hector Herrera just kind of looked at Diego Reyes like, okay. And he pretty much said, this isn't our territory to say something, but we don't like it. And we want all the progress to the youngsters in the academies that are happening.
I'm not surprised by their answer, but I mean, it makes sense.
And it stresses again that there's not a single player or coach that has said something good about this 10-8 rule when we talk about.
That's actually an excellent point. Yeah, not one.
What else? The intensity, obviously, 63,000 people that are going to be coming tomorrow. Still tickets.
64,000.
64,000?
64,000, yeah.
Well, and Juan Carlos Osorio saying, it's not surprised the passion. It was there in Georgia. I'm sure they're going to fill it up for tomorrow. I was wanting to ask how the field was, and if you looked. Yeah, I mean, it looked. It was over.
We'll see what it looks like tomorrow, but from what I saw, it looked fine. It looked fine to me.
Oh, well, good, guys. Any other questions or anything important that... No, not really anything about Rafa, which is kind of surprising to see if he was going to start. He was coming in. About Chile, they asked him if Chile is a contender to win the Copa America, and Juan Carlos Osorio said, of course.
Oh, yeah, he gave him some huge compliments.
Yeah.
And he was like well versed in the players too, in the roster. Talking about the goalkeepers, like each individual one. Yeah, he did a good job with that.
Something that Juan Carlos does is study the team.
Yeah.
I had a chance to ask him in Canada about the Canadian players, right? Tell me which ones are you looking for. He was able to give me 15 players. I mean, I think people are like, all right, you don't need to give us 15 players, but he was able to give you Johnson, Chris, and then he did it with Chile again today. I mean, it looks like he loves to tell people this is what I know, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of good to see that.
Yeah.
When they were asking him about Chile, he did say Mexico's also favored to win, which is something kind of cool. As saying, you know what, ask for Mexico.
He has to say that though.
But
he's not gonna say like, oh no, Mexico isn't one that.
What I really like is the question was asked, do you think Chile is a contender to win the Copa America? And he said blah 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 Chile, and then he said he didn't need to add it in because it was a Chile reporter who asked him, and he said, and I think Mexico is also a contender to win. So that was kind of cool to see that, my guys. Any other updates? Obviously, the starting 11 is not coming out. It's not Mr. Osorio's fashion. He tweeted out 2 days or 3 days before.
Maybe one day, though. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, but I think that's it. That's pretty much everything that's covered. No major news. They're still getting ready for it. We're going to see some changes.
If any major news comes out,
Let's see that. Today, as far as the team, I think the team goes back, relaxes, has lunch. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe a night training. They did it before in other games. But at the same time, we'll see where that's at. There's nothing scheduled for us to attend.
No. Other than Chile training.
Chile will be training, and we'll be here, maybe giving you guys some updates on what Chile is bringing, asking some questions. So let us know what you want to ask the Chile coach, Pizzi. I know him very well from León, so we'll see.
Antonio Pizza?
Pizza? Yeah, I said that before. we'll see. They still haven't won a game.
Really?
Chile has not won a game with Pizzi yet. So we'll see where it goes, guys. I'm signing off. This is Cesar Hernandez and Wiso Vasquez for the Mexican Soccer Show.